What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday to you. It is Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. And this morning, man, we're going to talk about a topic that I think needs to be talked about a whole heck of a lot more in this world right now. And that is, what does success actually look like for you? I think that so often we are, just kind of given this idea of what success looks like. And, we don't necessarily always have a good grasp of what it looks like for us. We don't spend enough time thinking about it. We associate it to certain things that probably won't answer the question that's deep down inside of us of what success actually looks like for us. And so I want to have that conversation with you guys this morning and unpack that a little bit to start our Wednesday off. Good morning to you guys. Let's get started. It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up. All right, what's happening, guys? Happy Wednesday to you, man. This is going to be a good one this morning because we're going to talk about one of my favorite burning topics to talk about, and that is what does success actually look like? What does it look like for you? I think so often in this world, man, we are sold this idea, we're sold this story that somehow having more, financial gain, whatever it is, having what other people have, the comparison game, that somehow when we catch up on all of that, when we catch up on the game of comparison, that somehow life will get significantly better, that somehow our lives will become exactly what we wanted them to be when we just have these things that we don't have today, whether that be financial security, whether it be, we've lost 20 pounds, whether it be, the job that we want, the car that we want, the house that we want, all these things, we are marketed to on a daily basis that this is, in my opinion, this is what success looks like. And, I've had a couple of conversations recently that really stuck out to me about this, just the idea. And by the way, just to be clear here, I am not going to try to tell you guys that money is not a factor in success, because it absolutely is. And money is also a factor in, how we live and all that stuff. If you've been broke before, you know what it feels like. It's not a great feeling. And, so money does matter. However, it doesn't matter in the order that people believe it does by any means. It's not even remotely close to the top of the list when it comes to what success looks like for me, and what success looks like to the happiest people that I know, the most fulfilled people that I know. And so I don't judge success based on who I know that has the most money. I judge success based on who I know that lives the happiest, most fulfilled life, that's doing exactly what they believe they should be doing, kind of what they were put here to do. And when I analyze that, when I look at other people and I look at the lives that they live and the levels of success they're able to achieve, there's always a consistent theme there of money not being number one, of the material items not being high on the list of things that they are after. Now, material things are great, man. I like to buy nice stuff, and I'm not somebody that shies away from doing it from time to time. But what I will tell you is that will not answer the call when it comes to what success at the end of your life, if you look back, or at this point in your life, however old you are this morning, you look back at your life and you say, have I been successful? I don't believe that the first thought that comes to your mind will be the balance that's in your bank account, unless it's an extreme situation, meaning it's overdrawn by a ton. That weight might pull your brain that direction. But for most of us, It's not going to be what comes to mind. The amount of money that you're making right now is not the concern. The concern is getting in alignment with what you actually love to do. What is that? Is it taking care of people, helping people, interacting with people? Are you in a job that doesn't allow you to do that? Are you in a position that you just don't belong in, maybe? Are you doing something just for the money, just for the stability, just for the health insurance? Ask yourself that question, guys. And I've been reminded by this because I've had a couple of conversations recently with some extremely successful people. And those conversations got onto this topic, of, before we had any level of success, before I did, before they did. And what we thought about what it would feel like versus what it feels like. And I'm far from where I want to be or where I will be someday, right? We will all continue to make progress in our lives if we put in the work. And so I plan on putting in the work. And so I know that where my destination is very far from where I'm at right now. But looking back at the last handful of years here and what I've been able to create for myself, watch the team around me create in their own lives, through our business, I can't help but think that the number that's on their paycheck, the amount that they made last year, such a small factor in what success really looks like. And so as I was thinking yesterday, some of you guys may have seen, I posted a picture of Lori and I last night. And I said, love will multiply every part of your life. And I was thinking as I was writing that post about just how people define success. And it took me back, man, to when I met Lori in 2010. And, by so many people's definitions, I would have been somebody that, quote unquote, was successful. But the truth is, I was so far from it at that point in my life that it's hard for me to explain that in a short podcast. I was so far from it, man. I was searching for what success looked like, and I didn't know what it looked like. I thought I knew. I thought it was buying expensive clothes. I thought it was, driving the car that everybody admired. Thought it was living, in a place that, when people came to, they said, wow, look at this view. I lived in downtown Fort Lauderdale overlooking the ocean. But the truth is, none of that was success. Today, I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm achieving success. I feel that way because of how I feel every day when I wake up. I have no desire to go to a bar, not to say that I never do, because I do. I don't ever have a desire to mask anything that's going on in my life with alcohol or any other substance, right? I love the life that I get to live. I love the people that I get to do it with, not just at home, but at work. I genuinely love my life. And so for me, that's what success looks like. And as I started to think about that last night, I started thinking about the fact that maybe I have a little bit more financial security today. But the thing that stuck out to me as I was processing through the journey from meeting Lori to today was that I could have had the same exact success without any money. If I just showed up as my best, if I just realized what it actually takes to be successful. You know, I was sitting in church this past Sunday, and our pastor said something. I might not get it exactly right, but I'll share with you guys what my interpretation was of it. Pastor John said, set your goals on being a soulmate instead of finding one. And that probably, you know, looking back, probably led to some of what I had to say in the post from yesterday. But it was an interesting statement for me to process, right? Because I thought back to who I was when I met Lori in 2010. You know, a broken, uncertain, maybe looked like it on the surface, maybe it looked like I was certain, but a broken person that was searching for something that I was pretty convinced I wasn't going to find. And so when I look back at how my life has become successful, I can't help but think that that woman showed up exactly how Pastor John described it. She showed up focused on being a soulmate instead of looking for one. And luckily, I think she found one, right? But I ask you guys, you know, what does that part of your life look like? You know, when you think about the different aspects of your life, and by the way, marriage isn't for everybody. Relationships aren't for everybody. So I'm giving you my example. This looks different for every single person. And that's the question that we are here to answer this morning, is what does success actually look like for you? What does the ideal life look like for you? If you had the greatest day of your life, what does it look like? If tomorrow you get to wake up and everything is exactly how you want it, what does it look like? You need to dig deep to figure that out, man. That's not something that's a surface level conversation. That's something that you have to explore and think about and really search your soul for what it would feel like, what it looks like. And you have to take actions every day that align yourself to getting it. Just a little bit better every day. And I think so often, man, we start to compare ourselves to the things that we see on social media. I'll give you an example. This morning, I got a text from a buddy of mine that said, man, I read 2 books so far this year. It's January 12th. I read 2 books so far this year, and I was feeling good about myself. And then I saw your post that you just finished your 5th. And my response to him was, same simple words I say over and over and over again. Comparison is the thief of joy. Success that someone else is chasing is not the success that you have to chase. It's not the achievements that you have to chase. Run your race. What is it that you set your goals to? So it's January 12th, and I don't know what this guy's goal is for reading this year, but if it's a book a week, he's ahead of schedule. But the comparison of someone else and what they're doing made him feel less than. How many of you feel like that? Should never, ever, ever look at someone else's life, compare it to your own, someone else's journey and compare it to your own and feel less than as a result of that. It's about what you want. And I'll tell you this, I'm going to give you the secret to life. The sooner that you get clear on what it is that you actually want, the sooner you have the ability to start taking action in that direction. That goes for your life, your business, your marriage, your relationship with your kids, whatever that is. Every aspect of your life, your fitness, your health, your diet, Have you taken the time to get clear on what success actually looks like? Or have you done what most of the world has done and you've attached it to some financial achievement? Financial achievements, guys, will not do it. You'll just have a lot of money in the bank and be broken and empty. I promise you. I know people like that. And so I challenge you this Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. It's still early in the year. I challenge you this morning to think about, what does that look like for you? And I also challenge you to get with people that have a high level of achievement that you look up to and ask them questions about this, specific to your own feelings, to your own journey, to how you see this topic unfolding in your own life, because I believe those people will help you. Every time I talk to somebody who's incredibly successful, who has, quote unquote, by most people's descriptions, made it big, they always say the same thing. It doesn't feel like they thought it would feel. So I challenge you guys to be happy today, to be fulfilled today, to do the things necessary to move your life to the next step, to the next level. What does that look like? And what does it take? What are the actions that you need to take? What are the behaviors you need to exhibit every single day in order for you to show up better in 2023 than you are right now in 2022? And when you reverse engineer your life, when you look out, you let your imagination go, and you let those dreams that you had when you were a little boy or a little girl run wild in your mind, you'll be blown away by how those dreams start to become a reality for you in your life. And when that happens for you, here's the really cool thing. Happens for everybody that's around you, little bit by little bit by little bit. You'll watch everybody around you start to level up, start to achieve the things that they want. Because as Zig Ziglar says, if you can help enough people get what they want, you'll never have to worry about getting what you want. I'll leave you with that this morning, guys. What does success look like for you? What does it actually look like for your life? It's not the balance in your bank account. That doesn't define you. Happiness, fulfillment, doing life with people that you love. At home, at work, you got to do it with people that you love. And you got to tell them, man, how much they mean to you. That's what success looks like for me. And, man, I'm humbled and honored to be able to tell you that I feel successful today. You know, I feel like my life has gotten to a point where there's a lot further to go, but man, I wake up every day with the most humble feeling for what I get to do every day and who I get to do it with. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being part of my journey and part of what makes me feel successful. And I challenge you guys this morning to think about that and dial that in crystal clear. What does it look like for you? Because when you figure that out and you start moving forward towards it, the momentum you can build in your life is unbelievable. And that's what makes you feel truly alive, like at the highest level, right? Thank you guys for being here this morning. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.